Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? Are you getting it in? Somebody's getting it for you. What's good, people? Woo, what's good, people? It's a day of the week on Friday. Anyway, that being said, what's good, people? It has been a very, 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 very crazy couple of months, as I said before. And that being said, I'm going to talk to reference to the new viral that's going across the internet right about now, and his name is, let me make sure I get it correct because I want to make sure I do it right. His name is Andre Cardwell, and he went to church in St. Louis. He went to Church of Christ, and it was on a Saturday, and he went there, and I'm sure you have heard of him. He is the guy saying, "I have been delivered. I don't love men no more. I love women." Boo! It's not funny, but it is what it is. And you know, the thing about it was like, I was like, is this serious? You know, because I'm a person of Christ, and I've gone to church and stuff like that, and I do know the activities that take place inside the church as far as caring for the Holy Ghost, as far as getting the Holy Ghost, is watching people online, it's putting pictures of people jumping up and shouting and, you know, praising God and stuff like that, which I'm all for and stuff like that, you know. If it's done in a productive type of way, whether it's for Christ or it's for other reasons. But this is a young guy. He's only 21 years old, I believe, and he's Andre Cardwell. And he was explaining to everyone that it was not an act, because of course people are going to pick up on it and they're going to try to, you know, make mockery of it and stuff like that, because it really went viral really fast and stuff like that. You know, we don't even know this person, and then there's a video out there of him, you know, praising God and stuff like that. Now this person is actually born gay. However, he doesn't want to be gay, and the reason why he explains that he doesn't want to be gay is because he was saying as a child he was molested by one of his family members, and he thought it felt good and stuff like that, so he liked it. And the thing about it is, as he got older, he learned that it wasn't right what was done to him, so he wants to correct what's wrongdoing to him, and he wants to make it right. Anyway, that being said, now when he came to this church and stuff like that, before they taped that, whoever taped it, he said he knew it was a friend, because I heard a video. First he said, they asked him, said, "Did you know the person?" He says, yeah. Then he says no, but then he said yeah, so. But he says, the thing about it is that the guy is clearly what it is what it is, and there is no cure for homosexuality. And people think that it is and stuff like that. You can suppress something, and you can live your life for another reason. But reality is that you know your hidden truth. You know, it's just like me walking around saying, well, I'm not a born woman, but in my inner truth, I knew I was not born that way. Anyway, that being said, so he came to the church. He had on hair. He wore hair, I guess the way I'm starting to think he was a little on the transsexual side. He had on lip gloss. He had on you know, tight jeans, and you know, basically he was like blonde hair. And he came to church and said that, and he said he's been delivered. I guess the guys took him in the back, and you know, they, you know, what do they call it? They muscle you. You know, when somebody muscles you, they take it over and go. You know, ever watch police when they do interrogation? They keep saying, say it, say it, say it. And they keep telling you, and eventually you say, okay, okay, okay. I'll say it, and, you know, and basically that's what I'm assuming myself. This is just my opinion. I think that's what they did. I think they muscled it into him. And just like you see police stories and stuff like that, when the person said, I didn't do it, they keep muscling them until they finally confessed and said they did do it. Reality is that they didn't do it. It's just simple fact of the matter. They were tormented into confessing something that they didn't do. That's why we have lawyers and stuff like that, but you know how this world is. Anyway, so as he set up there and everything, and you know, he's living his new life as far as a straight man. And the thing about it is, he was explaining that, now get this, he was explaining that he's been to bed or had sexual intercourse, allegedly, I'm going to say it from the site that I got it from, with athletes. Okay, that's not such a strong surprise, you know, athletes, especially the ones who like to play football, you know, I got the ball boys, come and get me. And then it's the ones, you know, the minister. Imagine that, a little gay boy inside of a minister church. What is Maybe I've heard this story before. Anyway, a lot of celebrities he's been with as well. This is allegedly. I don't know if it's true or not. Hell, I can tell you I've been with a lot of celebrities too, but I can also tell you I can flop at you about the window, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Anyway, that being said, this is the thing that gets me. You know, at first I laughed and stuff like that, and when I was like, ha ha ha, this guy's really funny and stuff like that, because obviously he's not exactly the traditional type of gay man. Well, not traditional, but the traditional type of gay man, to me, in my opinion, is the down low one. You know, to walk through the hood and all, Tim's with his boys and high five, and, but he's on the down low because simple fact matters that in that bed is waiting home for him. It's a man. But when he's out in the public, he wants to let, everybody believe that he likes women. So now, this new reformed type of gay person is now straight. And I'm not going to knock if he says he's straight, he's straight, he's straight. Hey, listen, I don't care. You do you. I'm just reporting what I see. So, obviously, he's not fooling anyone, even people who've seen it. If you ever watch the video and stuff like that, you'll notice that the guys in the video are like looking at him and they're like, yes, the church. Now, this is my thing, and it's just my opinion and stuff like that, and this is how I feel. Now, as a person of church and stuff like that, when he says in his interview and stuff like that he wants to, deal with women, he likes thighs now, he likes hips now, he likes pretty legs, he likes booties. This is what Andre Cardwell says now, allegedly. This is what he said he likes. Now, the thing to think about it is, to me, that's a force of being someone that you're not. You're studying what you're supposed to like about a woman. I've never heard a man that says those things. A man, it's usually the type of thing you hear is, are you an ass man, a tits man, or a leg man? So basically, he's trying to sum himself and convincing himself that he's straight. Reality, he's not. And the reason why I say it's not just my opinion is because he wants to reform to being normal, as we call normal in society's type of word. Now, if there was a pill out there that a lot of transsexuals or gay people or what the kids may be could take, it would have been taken it. I know for myself, I'll speak for myself, like I said before, I don't think no one says they want to be gay and just want to do it. But when you sit up and you tell the world who I am, sometimes it can either go to the left or either go to the right. It depends on the strong individual. It depends on the strong individual when it comes to, when you've had enough and you say, well, this is why I am, deal with it. You've had enough. So no matter what nobody else say, you at full motherfucker war. Yeah, bitch, y'all ready for me because y'all don't call me a faggot. You don't call me a punk. You don't call me all these names all these years. Now I'm saying, okay, I'm going to live my truth. Now I'm up in your face. Now call me those things again. And you'll suffer repercussions. Okay, wait, stay focused. So now, he's inside the church and stuff like that. He wants to go to heaven and stuff like that. This is the thing that gets me. And I'm going to cut this video short because I know it's going to go into a very long time. This is the thing that gets me. And we're about to go into the church. Yes, I'm going to talk to the church, where we have the most Bible-slinging whores up inside there, preaching the word of God, and we get still sitting as the first lady. Oh, we also said it was like the first lady in the church. Anyway, sit up there inside the church doing all these type of things and getting someone's mind to work within the preacher or what they want them to believe. Anyway, that being said, that's what I want to stop at. Want them to believe of what their way of thinking, because God created all of us. But in their mind, they're going by the book. Now this book that's been written is the Bible. We don't really know how much of it is truth, how much is fabricated, how much. And we was always told Christopher Columbus discovered America, wasn't we? Years later we found something different. We also was told angel has no wings. We also was told that God don't make no mistakes. So if people are gay, are they mistakes? Oh, they're just making that because that's what they choose to do. So if you're a black person, do you choose to be black? Are you white? Do you choose to be white? Are you Chinese? Do you choose to be Chinese? Are you short? Do you choose to be short? Are you blind? Do you choose to be blind? Anyway, that being said, I'm going to cut the video right here and I'm going to come back to it and reference to what I think about the church. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay, so we don't sit back and we do not make up our minds as whether we're going to be whoever we're going to be when it comes to deliverance from our parents. And that being said, and the thing about it is, a lot of times people think they are so in control of their life, and reality is that they're not. And the thing about it is, the reason why we feel as though we can do anything we want, if God doesn't have it for you, it's not going to come to you. And the thing about it is, I'm going to tell you about a personal story within myself. You know, when I realized that I was gay, I wouldn't have sex. I wouldn't have sex with nobody. I didn't want to entertain nothing like that. Anybody that seemed gay, anybody that even looked gay, I didn't even want to be around them. Because the simple fact of the matter is that I knew my truth. And sometimes when you know your truth, it can be unsettling of knowing something that you hear something so bad about. You know, it also goes back, I guess, to a lot of, you know, the down low men and stuff like that, whether they, you know, hear so many bad things about it that they don't want to be a part of it. Reality is that they are a part of it. And the thing about it is, I went to a church. I went to one church. I'm going to be honest, I went to one church. And they were so caught up in my, they were so caught up in saying that I was on drugs. And reality is that I went jogging. I think I said about this before. I went jogging. Once upon a time, I used to work out a whole lot. I used to go into the park and stuff like that, like around 6 o'clock in the morning, because it's better breathing and it's cold. The air helps you work a little longer. And I did like 7 to 8 miles and stuff like that. So I went to church, you know, after go jogging, go to church and stuff like that. I got to church stuff. I was a little dehydrated. And it was like, you're on drugs. The Lord has told me, you know, that you're on drugs. No, I wasn't on drugs. Sorry. Think of something else. I left that church. I went to another church. And I'm going to be honest, this is the point where, okay, I'm just going to put it out there. This is the point where I was at the point where I was about to leave this world. I said to myself, I've had enough. I don't want to be here no more. I know what I am. And I had, at this point, I had to venture into it and stuff like that, but I didn't want to be what I knew I was. And the thing about it is, I didn't want to be here anymore. The world didn't want me no more. The Lord sent me 2 parents that did not like gay people. So I was like, okay, I'm different. I'm never going to know what it's like to have a mother and father's love. They can't stand me. So the ones that I should be able to run to and talk to hates my fucking guts, because they can't stand people like me. And they're the kind of people that, you know, you ever see people, oh, I can't stand the motherfuckers. Well, I got those parents. You know, I'm not going to knock what they're into and stuff like that, because, you know, that's the way they grew up and that's the only thing that they knew. And the old heads are always, you know, doing what they feel as though is right. But like I said, I'm not going to go into all that. Because you know, like I always said, when God sends you a gift and when you think you're going to heaven, that's the big joke. But anyway, that being said, you don't know if a child is sent to you as a testimony or as a test. And the thing about it is, when you go to these churches and stuff like that, they're so busy saving souls. And you know whose souls they're saving? And I'm not talking about all churches, because some churches are very good. The soul that they're saving is themselves. You see that little car that they just drove up in, one of those 2005s, and it's only, 2015, and it's only 2014. You're paying for that. See that church? You're paying for that. You see the first lady? You're paying for her clothes. You see that preacher? You're paying for that. You see them lights? You're paying for that. You see that luxury boat, that airplane, and all the wonderful things they got? You're paying for that. The only one who can get you to pay for these things, I have to get into your mind and control you. And the thing about it is, we speak of God of love, but yet we teach a church of God of hate. And we take someone who is, and I'm not saying his situation because I don't really know his whole situation. You know, my thing is, I'm just talking about my personal opinion, because I sit back and I watch a gay person that was clearly gay, and whether he don't want to be gay or not, you are what you are, you know. And a lot of people in life don't want to be what they want, so you just want to, sure, I don't want to deal with the men that I deal with, but I'm not going to ruin another woman's life because I can't deal with what I have to deal with. I have to live in my truth. I've never been attracted to women. I think women are the most beautiful girls walking on the world. Some of you try it, but, you know, I still think you're beautiful. And the thing about it is, I'm not going to try to be with a woman because I have lost fault with this man. You know, because a lot of women, and a lot of people in general, when the opposite has hurt you, I'm going to be honest, this is how it goes. A lot of men who are in the DL have gotten really angry with females, and they said, you know, I'm going to leave women alone. I'm sick of this shit. I'm going to try to be one of the transsexual bitches, and I'm going to test it out and see what it's like. Now, he'll do it, but he's not going to stay because he loves women. Now, regardlessly of, you know, he wants to just do it because he's upset with women, but reality is that he's still going to go back to what he likes the most. He may stick with her for the time being, but best believe he either got one on the side or something. I don't care how good you are to him and stuff like that. He's gonna go back to what he likes. And the thing about it with the churches and stuff like that, they try to brainwash you into saying, well, you're not going to heaven, you're not going. What makes you feel as though God is not standing up there looking at you? We preach of not judge, but yet we judge. See, those who have not seen cast the first stone. You cast so many stones. If we call it God's house, then why do you reject the ones who are from God out? And I'm not saying as far as the ones who say, well, you know, the ones who molest little kids or the ones who are killing people. That's not what I'm talking, because I know it's some ignorant people that's going to take it somewhere else where I'm not going. But when it came to the point within myself and I felt as though I don't want to be here no more, I was like, you know what, I had enough. You know, I'm walking through this thing called life by myself. I'm so different. I don't feel different, but I'm treated like I'm different. That's what makes me feel like I'm different. So I was like, well, I don't know what else to do. So I went to another church. So I went to this other church, and when I went there, the preacher and this other girl, grown woman in the congregation was arguing over who wanted to come home with me and help me clean my house, my apartment. And I'm sitting here looking, and of course, you know, I'm not telling them I'm about to commit suicide. I said, I'm going to fucking do it. Because I feel like this, if you're going to commit suicide, why would you tell people if that means you don't want to do it? So I'm not going to tell them about it. So I went there and stuff like that. They had a big house. I left out of there. That's not what I went there for as well. So I went on and I moved on a little bit further and stuff like that. And I went to, the doctor had me upon a lot of stress pills and stuff like that. I had to go to work and stuff like that. But the weirdest thing about it is that I tried it. When I woke up, I was in the hospital. They had me chained to the bed and stuff like that because they knew what I had tried to do. And it was funny because, like they always say, I never told anybody. But somewhere along the line, I ended up in the hospital, and I was chained to the bed because the guy I was seeing at that point, we were having a lot of problems. But he knew. And I never told him. I never indicated anything. I never said nothing. But he knew. And the thing about it was like God was like, I'm watching you. And this is the message I was trying to tell the girls or the people out there in general. You are God's child. You're not these earthly people's child. You're God's child. God created you. And if nobody don't like what they see, let them deal with their own demons, because you're God's child. You have your earthly parents, and they're going to do what they have to do for themselves because they feel as though what they're doing is right. But the one you really answer to is the one you pray to, and that's the man above. That's the one who's going to give you your blessings, your gifts, prosperity. That's the one you really is going to go through. Your parents only was the one that you came through. But the one who really created you is the one that watches over you, the one that makes sure that the car went past you instead of hit you, the one that pulled you out the fire. That was your father that was standing there. That's your mother. That's your father. And when people try to sit back and tell you that, you know, you're not part of God's world and stuff like that, your connection with God is more powerful than their words. So you have to be very powerful. You have to be very strong with I always call them the dream destroyers. Because every time they see a light that shine within you, their always purpose is to try to put it out. So you have to be very, very, very aware of these people. Remember, you are God's child. He did create you, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. You are God's child. And I'm not going to give a whole testament and stuff like that, you know, and stuff like that. That's not. I'm far from perfect, but you already know I'm a big mess and stuff like that. And I live my life through my truth. And like I said before, a lot of kids and stuff like that, a younger generation, younger than myself, I always try to let them know not to commit suicide. You have somebody out there that's just like you, and that will be me. And that's as far as, you know, living to your truth. And a lot of times, people don't understand why I say what I say, because when I saw the guy outside the church and stuff like that saying, you know, I've been delivered, I felt bad for him, because he reminded me so much of myself to the point where he just doesn't fit in. He's trying to live a world that he's not a part of. And living in a world that you're not a part of can make you do a lot of negative things when it comes to leaving this world, because you don't want to be here no more, because you're just not good enough. However, I want you to do you. I want to say hello all new people, boom. I want to say old people, bam. And I want to thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing. I want you to do you. I want you to do you the best way you can. If nobody don't like it, then welcome. All right.